Sasquatch, Godzilla, King Kong, Loch Ness, Goblin, Ghoul, a zombie with no conscience. Question, what do these things all have in common? Everybody knows I'm a motherfucking monster. Conquer, stomp your, stop your silly nonsense.
Hey everybody, thanks for joining us. This is Films Against Humanity. This is Chase,
Kendall,
Nick,
and Chris.
and we just watched Mystery Monsters from 1997.
1997?
97's when this came out? I didn't.
Wow.
Yep. Also known by the original title, Goobers.
Whoa. Goobers, huh?
They got copyright infringement. This isn't about that candy at all. This
Nope.
is totally, this is a lie.
That
I
feels
didn't even
right.
think about that.
And we
Wow.
watched the blockbuster version of this movie that was cut down from the original 81-minute runtime to 54 minutes.
Man.
And presumably that cut took out all of the horror parts of it to make it more kid-friendly. Well, what did you think this movie was?
So it was 54 minutes long.
Mm-hmm.
I thought this was a made-for-TV pilot movie for some, like, fledgling network that went nowhere. I guess basically this movie felt like someone had an idea for a kids show that would have sucked. And then they backwards created a movie to set it up and executed it horribly. But they were like, we have to just get the monsters on stage and then we'll have this great show.
Mystery Monster Show!
Monsters that you like, no one knows where they are from, but come and meet them, everyone.
But the fact that the whole, like, theme of the movie, the tone is all about, like, man, the biz sure is a joke, guys. Producers and actors,
Yeah.
like...
And that one child actor who's like your typical like
Was that-
asshole kid.
Listen, you, if you don't quit stepping on my lines, you're gonna be in deep trouble. My agent will smear your name all over town. You'll be history in this business. Got it? You'd better. Some of us around here are professionals.
This film was directed by Charles Band, created Full Moon Pictures,
Oh,
which
wow.
he's produced 266 movies, including GINGERDEAD Man. You guys know that one with Gary Busey.
GINGERDEAD Man. Evil never tasted so good.
Eat me, you punk bitch!
The Evil Bong series. I've never heard of that. Evil
a
Bong
bullshit.
versus GINGERDEAD
No.
Man.
I would love
Good for
to
them.
see that, a bong versus a
Versus
an
a
animated
gingerbread.
cookie?
yeah, an
Yeah.
animated cookie.
The horror convention I snuck into, that one of the things I snuck into was the premiere of
Evil Bong?
Yeah, Evil Bong 420.
That's
that
the
the
fourth one,
movie
I think.
heard?
guess
actually.
so.
Or the 42nd?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, they could
120
not
minutes.
wait to whip that out.
That's
like,
really
you have
funny.
the best title for the fourth movie.
Yeah, they were like,
if we get
rush
to that.
through two movies, please.
He did the Puppet Master series. He
You can
produced all
totally
those.
tell in
Oh,
the
yeah.
puppets.
Yeah.
The
I can
original
see that.
Troll, original Ghoulies, Robot Jocks.
Oh, damn!
And then a couple other ones I just like the title of Sorority Babes in the Slimeball Bowl-O-Rama.
Sure.
Wow, that's a classic title.
Right.
And
That's a
then
good title.
Cannibal
Mouthful.
Women in the Avocado Jungle of Death.
It's an avocado.
All right.
Avocados can be scary.
But Mystery Monsters.
Mystery Monsters. So someone go into the plot of this movie.
Okay, so it starts out on a, what kind of TV show is that reminiscent of? What's the one with the captain?
Captain Kangaroo.
Yes.
Yeah, it's kind of like that.
Okay, so it's
yeah.
like a Captain Kangaroo show with like a friendly captain and little kids, you know, and they're having wacky adventures. But there's hideous creatures instead of Muppets. Like terrible effects and gross.
They
like
would
a child would...
never be on a kid's show because that would give them nightmares and have to spend money on therapy later in
Yeah,
life.
someone
There's,
explain
like, no
the
way.
three characters.
I definitely have that down as
All right,
the
please.
creepiest kid monsters ever. With not even good, like, kid-friendly names. It was like
Yeah.
Blop
yeah.
or Blob.
No, it was like
It was-
less childish than that.
Yeah, but
He's
he's
like, yeah. I
One of
couldn't
those named, like,
understand the names.
Ponce
One-
or something.
one of them's head is, I swear to God, a crab's, like VD crab's head.
Oh.
With the
Jesus.
little pincers on both sides
Now,
of his
you
head.
know, that guy looked like
Yeah,
Ivan
yeah.
Ooze to me from the Power
Yeah, I
Rangers.
see that.
Oh
too.
no,
Oh.
that guy reminded me of like a scary Kelsey Grammer. But the
Yes.
way that he talks,
A devilish
Oh,
Kelsey
yeah.
like
Grammer.
That's
like
true.
if Frasier was in the underworld, like that's who he
A
would
demon
look like.
Frasier.
Like a demon
Yeah.
Frasier. Like
think I'd
he's-
like running around saying, brush your teeth, brush your teeth, brush your teeth, day after miserable day.
he talks like
He was
all
like the
proper and
smart,
stuff.
like, oh
Yeah.
my companions are truly a burden and have vexed me again.
And then the other
Yeah.
two don't,
Don't speak,
really talk.
don't
One
hit
of
The
them,
girl barely talks.
girl
She just like
a
giggles.
couple
like,
times will say a
stupidly.
couple
Her name
words.
was Esmeralda.
Esmeralda.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
right. I don't
And she
know.
looked like the female
She's shit. Why can't I think of her
Gremlin?
name?
with
Yeah,
its
I'd
ears
say
torn
more
off.
like that. I'd say more like Angelica Houston in Witches,
Oh,
Yeah, I can
interesting.
but
see that.
less scary than that. Really.
Yeah, no, not nearly scary.
And
in
then
that movie.
Blop or Blob
Yeah.
or whatever. He's
He was like a kaiju.
yeah, he was.
Yeah, he did.
He's
He
a
did.
Godzilla monster, but shortened and fat. And he instead of
turtle
speaking, he
man.
just farts.
Yeah.
and just
That
kind of
old
eats
kid.
things.
Yep.
Okay, I also was positive that part of this was that there was a spell where they'd been shrunken down, and after half the 50 minutes, we were going to see them become full-size
full
suits.
Oh,
Yeah.
that
And I
would've
was like,
been
oh, they probably have really
great.
badass full costumes, and they just didn't have money for anything else. Nope.
No.
Oh, you were so disappointed.
Yeah. I want to talk about these the monsters. The fact that the English one was the only one that they actually, when they did the close-ups, it'd be a real person in an outfit, and the other two were just puppets.
Crude puppets.
And then the
Yeah.
And then they decided to have one have a close-up
Yeah.
version that's just a man crouching down.
yeah, that's
He
talking.
has really wide shoulders.
And so they always he can never be the shitty puppet version of him can be in the scenes with the other ones
From behind
but
mostly.
when he's talking it's always cuts between the two of them, so it doesn't even look like they're
It's-
in the same
He's
room.
always just behind the generic
It's like a
elementary
wooden
school
panel.
picture background.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
they couldn't move that suit or something.
But anyway, so like none of us knew anything about this movie beforehand,
No.
right?
Well, and what I don't get is that, okay, so I'm going to go a little bit further into
Please.
it. Where the guy, okay, so they do their thing, they have the show, and then they say cut, and then the older Captain Mike or whatever immediately goes up to
Tommy.
Tommy.
Just a kid.
Yeah, just a kid, and he's like, don't you ever fucking mess with my monsters, or, look at my monsters, or touch my monsters, or, like, go in my dressing room.
If you're
and
gonna
all
be
this
on this
stuff.
show, you have to follow the
Yeah,
rules.
you'd be so
and he starts
fired.
screaming in
Go.
his face.
Yeah.
Now, do you know what happens to little kids who don't follow Captain Mike's rules? They get fired! They get fired.
Him saying that just obviously made the kid want to look at him more and find them.
For sure.
So, and I thought it was so weird. Like, okay, they're monsters. They're literal monsters. They're not puppets.
They're like
Right.
gremlin trolls.
So I'm thinking, like, what does the rest of the cast and crew think of
Yeah.
these puppets? Like, do they ever go like, oh, that's weird. Like, where's the puppet master guy?
How
Like,
about
where?
how about the executive producer guy who was so passionate about children's programming?
Yeah.
Why has he never said like, where did you get those horrifying puppets? What if I brought in
Yeah.
a cute frog or something?
It's like, no, this guy is in complete control of this psychotic show.
500
Yeah,
kids or
something like
something.
that.
And presumably
Talent
the
scout.
kid that's already on this show is terrified because he thinks he's going to take over because this kid's hitting the big P.
The big P.
Which
big
is the
P.
subplot
Oh,
throughout
big
the
P.
movie of
That's a good point.
well, yeah, once you hit puberty
Oh,
and your
that's
voice
it.
cracks, you can't be on screen and they kick you out. It's like Menudo, where yeah,
Oh no.
Yep.
once you get hair on your
Ricky
face,
Martin's doing just
Wow.
fine without
they
me.
kick you out. You're done.
Yeah.
But I love the way
He talks about his voice cracking at
yeah,
one point.
Yeah.
that Jimmy, the shit bad kid, comes up to Tommy and threatening like you're gonna try to take my place. But the way he does it is he literally comes up and goes, "I bet you think old Jimmy is over the hill, huh?"
Okay.
I can read you like a book. You think old Jimmy's over the hill and you're getting yourself in line to take my place.
So can we get into Queen Mara?
Oh, yes.
jeez.
God. The best part.
So right after that first scene,
Yeah, the
it cuts
scene one.
to space.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
A realm,
It's
a
another
floating,
dimension.
a
It's another
floating
dimension.
castle
A
on an
floating castle.
asteroid,
They're
Yes.
floating castle.
like a He-Man dimension.
right.
And
She reminded
somebody
me of,
talk about her.
Oh god, she's got it's like grayscale.
Yeah.
Well,
Versus
like
a
a
man.
mask-ish.
It's like I don't know. It's like a Ninja Turtle size mask on her, around her eyes, and then she's got like this cool necklace. Like I really actually liked her necklace that emphasized her boobs.
They both look pretty cool.
Yeah, like no, her outfit was amazing.
So the actress Caroline Ambrose was in some softcore Skinamax things that
I could see that.
Yeah,
totally doesn't
that kind
surprise
of
me.
came through in like
Yeah.
a positive way.
Some of the things that she said, some of her lines were kind of borderline like porn star.
Definitely.
They were like,
Well, she was
so
actually kind of like in an odd way. I was like, I kind of like her being so dominant. Like,
It was-
this is weird.
There's nothing weird about
Yeah,
that.
she-
No, she was great. Like, so she is the queen of hell or something.
I've
the
heard
queen
that
of
she's
the-
the queen of the bottomless
No, no,
pit.
Bottomless
Yes.
pits,
Which
and
sounds
snake
pretty-
serpents.
Like
Wow.
yeah, and serpents.
So she
Which
is
is,
like
which
a
is a
Skeletor.
really weird dimension.
That's awesome.
It's just a big hole with snakes in the bottom
So
of it.
she's like an evil
She
queen.
runs it.
She sits on a throne and has...
Minions.
And she does have minions.
A minion.
Okay, so the three monsters were stolen from her
Yeah.
by the host of the show for
Somehow.
Which they
Yeah.
never
For reasons we didn't
explain
get
that.
into.
They never explained that. Like,
just
how
a-
in the hell
Well,
did he end up getting these guys?
and
how?
the
how
Probably just the
monsters-
same way Oz got into Oz.
I feel
Some
like we're
fucking
missing
Gordon
30
Narnia.
minutes
Yeah.
of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The monsters almost, they didn't really seem like good guys. Like, two of them
No.
were like evil little imps, and the one was really pushy and like called the kid like stupid brat. So it
Which,
seems like they
to be
might.
fair,
Well, it wasn't inaccurate.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no incentives for these kids to like save these monsters at all because they're not
It's-
fun or cute or anything. They're just gross
It
little
almost
things.
seemed like the monsters would want to get back to their evil mistress and continue like tormenting humans.
But
Yeah, I thought they had a
they're-
good thing
They're
going.
not because because Queen Mara makes them mine for adamantium
That's
crystals in the
right.
Kalahari Desert.
but does she really? Because that's
And
just what
Well, that's
Captain
an
Mike
example
says.
of
And
like,
is
yeah.
that the Kalahari Desert? She mentions it several times. Apparently, she does have mines in the earthly Kalahari
Yeah.
Desert.
Yes.
She
Like-
wants them back.
Yeah.
You don't steal.
And are these
from her.
tiny?
Yeah.
These tiny little creatures very good at mining?
Probably.
They don't
Well,
seem
their
like they
arms
would
don't
be.
really move.
I mean, maybe they're outfitted with like space lasers. We don't know the adamantium.
Yeah, I don't know if you noticed
Procedures.
about their arms moving, but when the
Oh,
one
God.
that the
Frasier
one guy,
Hellboy.
yeah, the
Yeah.
Frasier guy's arms
Agreed.
move. You can see the puppeteer's bare hand moving his arm up on
Did
the
you see
really?
that?
No.
Yeah.
I didn't
yeah.
see that either.
I wasn't
You
looking
could
hard
totally
enough.
see his
I was
hand.
locked into
it's
that
amazing.
monster
That
face.
whole scene
God
was a
damn it.
shit show because
All
the
right.
boom mic also came
Oh,
down
yeah, did you guys see
a
the
little
boom,
bit. Did you see
too?
the
No.
Maybe it
I
got
was- dude, I
cropped
was
on
sucked
the
into the
transfer.
story.
I was. Truthfully, I was.
So what was weird about this was it was a widescreen VHS too.
That is
So
weird.
Yeah.
So that
Gotta see
that
possibly was
A
the
rare
reason
artistic
why
choice from Blockbuster.
why that we got to see the
Ah,
boom
the
mic and the
okay.
hands because they were at the edge of the frame, but
They really were,
I
yeah.
assume they meant it to be 4:3 and it'd be cropped in a little bit.
Weird.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just thought that was like, God, that's really sloppy. Why would you leave that